So this week's snapshot was released yesterday. It was 12W42A, I think. The one that I'm on now is 42B. Just a few fixes from that last snapshot. Now it is a pretty small snapshot because next week is the date that they plan to release the update. So it's kind of just bug fixes and stuff. So I'm only going to really cover one of the things from this week's snapshot, and I'll also cover the main thing from last week's snapshot because I didn't do a video on it. So the ANVIL block has been tweaked. It's cheaper to create, minor visual changes and some other repairing things. The ANVIL is something from last week's snapshot which I will cover today. Bats no longer trample crops or trigger pressure plates. Redstone repeaters can be locked, which I'll show you in a bit. Added an option to hide a server's IP address, which is pretty cool for live streamers, so no one can attempt to join private servers. Updated language files and more bug fixes and tweaks. So like I said, it's a small, very small snapshot, but next week is the day that they want to actually release the update. So the two things I'm going to look at today is these two things, starting with the redstone repeater locking thing. I think this is pretty cool. I'm not very good at redstone stuff, so I don't know how this can be used. I suppose it can be used to an actual door lock. Like if you remember my old world, the Adventures in Minecraft, the original world that we was on. I think it's called World 5. I made a door lock and it had to have like an AND gate or whatever it was called. But this kind of is an easier version. So there's two levers or whatever. There's just this little contraption thing here. So if I pull this lever, it does what you would expect it to do. Opens and closes the piston. But if I pull this one, which will activate this, it's got this new like animation thing, and it's kind of like blocking the signal going past. And because it was off when this one was activated, that will always stay off now, no matter what you do with this one. So that's pretty cool. And then to make it work, and you just press that one and it unlocks it, and then it'll work again. And then if you turn it on and lock it whilst the redstone is on, no matter what you do with this, the thingy will stay on. So that's pretty cool. I'll give it about a week, or well actually I'll give it a couple of days or maybe hours to see how long people come up with like extreme things with this. But it's pretty cool. I like it. Glad to see that more redstone stuff's coming in. They have said that they're changing a lot of redstone stuff, so most of the things that people have got, Jeb said this on his Twitter, most of the things that people have created with redstone might not work because they're changing redstone and fixing a lot of the things or bugs that people have used to make things work. So I'm going to hold off on any redstone stuff until that gets messed around with and figured out. So that was this week's snapshot. That was the main thing from this week's snapshot. Last week's was this new ANVIL, which is pretty cool. I don't know how you create these. I'm going to give it a go. I think I relatively know. There is 3 different types. There's slightly damaged, normal ANVIL, and a very damaged one. I wonder what the very damaged one looks like. Just very damaged. So I'm presuming the more you use it, well, I'm presuming it's not like doesn't work like a workbench where it's just infinite usage. So I believe it's just like that and then like that. Yeah. So that's how you create an ANVIL. 3 iron blocks at the top, and then 4 iron ingots. This is only with 42B, the second version of this week's snapshot. 12W42A was a different recipe, but I don't know what it was, so I can't demonstrate it. But anyway, so what this thing does is, well, it just says there, prepare and name. So say if you've got 2 diamond pickaxes and one of them, say the unbreaking one is just about to break, but you want unbreaking because unbreaking is very handy. If you have another diamond pickaxe with say Silk Touch 1 and Efficiency 4, you can put both of them in the ANVIL, and it will combine all the enchantments on them. And obviously that will repair, kind of repair it as well. Like say if both of these are half durability, when it comes out this end it'll be full durability. So yeah, you kind of, I don't know, it's a very nice way of getting what you want in enchantments. As you can see, it does cost, this enchantment costs 34 levels. So I can combine them and get all that. So now I have the unbreaking, silk touch and efficiency on the one pickaxe. Oops. Which is pretty cool. Does work on swords as well. I have a smite 2 and a knockback 1. Put these in here. And it costs 11 levels and they combine. Now I did notice that there is some that can say too expensive. Like here, it says too expensive. I have smite 2, fire aspect 2 and looting 3. So I'm presuming that the level that would be required to get this is over 30 or over 60 or whatever it is. So I don't know how that works. That's pretty cool. You can just combine things. I'm pretty sure you cannot combine these two because they're like both overpowered. No, you can't. So yeah, you got more options when enchanting now. The other thing you can do with the anvil is rename items. So we can call that a hat. There you go. Costs 7 levels and it's called a hat. And it's in like italics. Diamond shovel. Grave digger. So yeah, that's not pretty. Well, that's not bad. It's a cool thing. I suppose it's easier to organise things, maybe. So I'm not sure what you can use that for, but that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's pretty much the main things from this week's and last week's snapshot. Like I said there, pretty small updates, but that's because next week is the date that the update is supposed to be releasing. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. I'll leave the link for this week's snapshot in the description. As always, make sure you back up worlds and stuff before you mess around with snapshots, because things can go wrong. If I've missed anything important or exciting, let me know. I only wanted to cover the two main things. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I shall see you next time. Goodbye.